and get off on the road here. Oh, damn it.
Okay.
Hold on. Mark. I forgot I'm doing this different. I got to fix that. Okay, there we go. All right. Here we go. In 3. Oh,
Okay.
Wait. Did that work? Yeah. In 3, 2, 1.
I'm here to kill chaos. Looks like chaos has been waiting for us. I want to kill chaos. This is the Shrine of Chaos. Chaos. We're here to kill chaos. I become chaos.
If more boys were Boy Scouts, there'd be fewer boys out on the streets looking for trouble.
Her name is the Morning Stream, and she dances on the sand.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to TMS, the morning stream. It's Monday, brand new week, June 14th, 2021. I'm Scott. He's Brian. Hi, Brian.
All of this is true.
That's
Welcome to
right.
a brand new week.
Yeah, it is brand new week. Doesn't feel like it, though, because I've pretty much been streaming for 7 days, and now I'm just doing it again, so I didn't really get
That's
a weekend.
right. E3, baby.
Yeah, a lot of stuff out there going on. It seems pretty cool. I can't quite get my head around why Sony skipped this one, except I think they maybe didn't have a ton to show. Like they don't have, most of what we know about their upcoming lineup is already known, and it's still almost impossible to get a PS5. So I think maybe they were just like, yeah, well, we'll do our own thing. We'll follow up later. It's okay, everybody. We're not going to worry about it. But Dice Tomato says, now, I don't want to shock you here. All right. So, Brian, just make sure, I know you're not sitting, but, have your hands out in case you need to grab something here. But Dice Tomato says he has heard/seen nothing interesting from E3. Nothing. He's seen nothing interesting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say he
hasn't heard or seen anything.
Nothing he finds interesting.
We went to a fancy restaurant. We ate pancreas.
Yeah.
We climbed to the top of the Sears Tower and looked down.
Yeah, that whole day.
We did a parade.
Yeah.
For we sang Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
This
song
goes out to Dice Tomato, who feels like he hasn't seen anything good today. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. There's like 8 people in the chat room who got that reference. That whole bit right there was a nice reference.
If there's a heaven, John Hughes is up there smiling down on you right now. Well done.
Exactly. Yes.
But he's still gonna have to tell his dad about the car. So good luck.
That's right.
But anyway, I saw all sorts of stuff I thought was interesting. So I don't know what he's talking about. But overall, weird year. Like last year was a little bit weird, but I thought there was tons of stuff, especially the Xbox Bethesda showcase. There's tons of stuff to look at and see.
Yeah.
So,
this will surprise again if we're getting ready for shock. This will surprise nobody. But I'm really excited about that Guardians of the Galaxy.
Of course you are. Of course.
Square Enix game, because it looks like it's going to be a lot more fun than the Avengers game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a story. It's an RPG, basically, action RPG. Right. You're going to level up, and you're going to have dialogue trees, and you're going to tell your squad to do things during fights. And
exactly. So what's the Deus Ex is the comparison I think that I saw?
No, not even close. Some of the same people are working on it that are on the Deus Ex team, so they're.
That's what I was saying. Okay, but it's more like a XCOM or something. Not XCOM, but it's like where you're directing a team, and the decisions you make determine how well that team
kind of. Yeah, I would compare it. I'd compare it to like a more modern Square Enix Japanese RPG, like the Final Fantasy VII remake is a good example. It's not turn-based anymore. It's a real-time fight mechanic, but while you're in that fight, you can like sort of slow things down and tell one of your teammates to do a certain ability or move or whatever. So it's that kind of thing. More like, I don't know, more akin to something like what's the Disney one with the key? Why can't I think of that?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, sort of like that. Okay. Probably a little more on the less simple side, but Kingdom Hearts.
And Dice Tomato says, but the Marvel games have that weird uncanny valley budget likeness issue. here's the thing. Keep in mind that the game is more based on the comic characters than it is on the MCU characters. Both of them, the Avengers game and the Guardians of the Galaxy game. It's the MCU that, it's every variation where they say, all right, let's take the comic characters and make them look like this. Let's take the comic characters and make them look like that. I don't think Guardians of the Galaxy is trying to make it look like the movie. It's certainly not trying to make it look like Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana and
not even close. Yeah, this is like the Avengers game in that they're. I mean, it is a problem for average people who don't read the comics like you and me. Right, I can see why they would be like, "Oh, that doesn't look like Chris Pratt" or whatever. But for you and me, we're already used to seeing like that's Star-Lord's hair right now.
Yeah,
in
right,
comics.
And that's Gamora started out, or Gamora was she had like the eye paint, the different paint on her eyes. Yeah. She was wearing more of a bright colored white costume. I mean, she's
right.
This is the Guardians of the Galaxy from the comics that I'm familiar with.
Now here's the problem.
Loosely familiar.
Yeah. But here's the problem. It will live or die on how it handles the constant comedy snark business.
Yes.
And if it sucks, and I'm a little worried that stuff might be bad.
Yeah.
That will be a problem. If they can nail some of that humor and make it endearing and build characters that are likable around that level of humor, then they can probably pull this off. But this is the team that made Deus Ex and the head writer who wrote Deus Ex, which is a very self-serious, not funny game.
Right. There's not a lot of humor in that game.
No,
okay.
No, it's real straight up, like very self-serious. So I'm tentative on this one, but I'm not surprised you're excited. Of course, this seems cool.
Yeah,
it's cool, man.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Should make more of these. You know what? Move on to the X-Men next, and while you're at it, maybe a Fantastic Four game. Like give us some more team-based business would be very cool. And I will say, those environments looked real nice. I like that planet with the weird mushrooms and stuff. Yeah.
And I like the look of Drax, the different tattoo pattern that's almost like a digital.
That's
really weird circular digital thing.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. Cool. That was pretty cool. Adhesive Wombat makes a decent point. If you want a more comic style interpretation, go for more stylized art style. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Like this, when I first saw the trailer start for this, and before they started talking about it, I went, "Oh, they're bringing Star-Lord to the Avengers game that came out last year." That's exactly what I thought, because it looks like that.
Sure,
it does. But then, as they got going, I went, "Oh, it's its own game," and then it started to make sense. But yeah, they're not really breaking the mold here stylistically, but also Marvel's a pain in the ass to work with. I've heard this from actual developers who like live here in Utah back when they were making Disney Infinity here and they had all the Marvel characters join it.
Yeah.
And any of that stuff, any Disney/Marvel stuff you're licensed to do, they're terrible to work with. Just
really
awfully picky about everything. And part of that is that can't look like Robert Downey Jr., but also here's a million other rules about Iron Man that you have to adhere to, and they're just really sticklers about it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
What's funny about that is Marvel seems to give their license to just about anybody who wants to use it.
Right.
But then they're just super sticklers about it. So it's like all of the closely guarding of it only takes place after they've handed the license to
it's
25
weird.
Different developers.
You're totally right. It's weird. And Star Wars, similar problem. There are devs at EA that have told like my daughter's classes up at the U. They're like, Disney's like really hard to work with. So So anyway, but I'm not trying to excuse it. I do wish they'd have gone more stylistic, but maybe it'll be fun. I don't know.
The Disney you brought up the Disney Infinity. That is what I consider to be the best stylized video game look of the Marvel characters.
I agree.
And
then they canceled that shit like a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
It was succeeding too. It was doing well.
It was doing money. Well, but
Disney's like, we don't feel like it. And then they laid off like 600 people here in Salt Lake. Everybody was pissed. That was not a good week.
I believe it. I still have all the figures. Well, again, still have all the figures. We'll find out more in a little bit about how much I love Marvel in about 2 minutes.
Brian's going to buy all the Marvel all the Marvel things Brian's going to buy. Real quick here, if you want to know more about everything that happened with E3 so far, at least the major stuff, so the Ubisoft Forward event, the Square Enix event, the Microsoft Bethesda showcase, all of that stuff, I recorded me and at least one of the core guys, oftentimes all three of us, depends on which one, but doing commentary about each of these conferences, and it's all up on the core podcast feed. So if you're not already subscribed to the core feed, it's also on the mega feed, which has all Frogpants shows on it, so you can get it there too if you want. But core has every single one of them. They're uncut, us talking over and around the events and kind of giving our commentary. And there were a couple of really funny moments, like really funny.
Really?
Moments.
Okay.
It was real good. Anyway, so go enjoy it. Core, frogpants.com/core, or wherever you get your podcast. Just go search for Core and you'll find it. All right, we didn't kill Ned Beatty. I want to put it out there that Brian and I, we may have talked about him, we may have brought him up recently, and we did, and that happens on the show, but we did not kill him. We just mentioned him. Okay? Ned Beatty passed away, age 83.
Yeah.
He's Lex Luthor's secondhand man. He had a real rough time in Deliverance. He's an amazing actor with a great career, and everyone loved Ned Beatty. I just want to put it out there that we didn't kill him, okay? We had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. No.
Yeah. We just mentioned his name.
Now, if something happens to Veronica Cartwright in the next week.
Oh, no. Oh, we talked at length about her on Film Sack. Oh, no.
We did. Yeah.
I hope she's okay. But yeah, it's a sad loss, but he was 83. That's a good long life. Well done. There, Ned Beatty, and I actually wondered if he would outlive. I shouldn't say his name. He'll die.
He's the person who played his boss.
Yeah,
in
let's
that
say
movie.
His boss in a certain superhero movie. I wonder if dancing it around makes any difference, but anyway.
Didn't he outlive the Banjo Kid? Didn't the Banjo Kid pass away?
No, he's still around.
Is that like a?
He's a Walmart greeter. That guy.
Is he really?
Yeah, for real. Like there was where did I read this interview? Somewhere on YouTube. There was a documentary or something. He's like Walmart greeter and is sad that he didn't have a bigger career because that's kind of all he did.
Billy Redden. There we go.
Yeah, he's okay. He's living.
Good. All right, good. As long as Billy Redden is okay.
Yeah, as long as he's okay and he's still picking that banjo, everything will be all right.
That's right.
All right,
did
Brian.
4 movies. Oh, he was in Big Fish. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, Big Fish. Big Fish was great. I love
Big Fish. Banjo Man.
Yeah. Oh, they want us to say Kevin Spacey? That's not very nice, Diana. We're not gonna start saying names of people we don't like.
Come on
now. Hey Brian, speaking of obsession with Marvel, tell me why August matters, because why would it?
Yeah, well, I was able to score a $150 round trip ticket to Orange County at the beginning of August, probably because it's so freaking hot in Orange County in August, but figured it's a good opportunity for me to finally get to see Smuggler's Run, the whole Star Wars, that outpost thing that they've built in Disneyland, and check out the new Marvel stuff in Disney California Adventure. So
yeah, dude,
doing a quick 3-day trip, got tickets for the parks all 3 days. Because I think,
was this your first time with the Star Wars stuff, or
my first time seeing the Star Wars stuff?
Okay,
and obviously first time seeing the Marvel stuff that just opened 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But yeah, just had to do it. The way I think about it is, listen, if Universal Studios added a Mad Max Fury Road area to their park.
Oh, I'd already been.
You would have already been. You would have been there opening day, I'm sure.
I would have. Like I'm tempted just to see Waterworld again at freaking Universal. Like
exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh wow, Star Wars and Marvel there. Okay, cool. And then you've got Waterworld and MMFR. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, if they made a Mad Max land somewhere, I would.
You'd be there, exactly.
I'd be there. I'd be there on day one if I could afford it or make it happen.
So,
well, that's great.
Figuring out the details, but might do maybe a late night Tuesday, the 10th of August kind of meetup thing. I think it's the 10th, because that's the day that I'm doing California Adventure, and let's face it, there's less stuff to do at California Adventure than there is at the Magic Kingdom, so my day could end earlier there than it would the other nights.
Unless you like barfing, there's pretty good rides in California Adventure for barfing.
Oh, the best rides. I mean, hell, I'll go on California Screaming 10 times. I love that ride. With Neil Patrick Harris talking in my ears the whole time.
Wait a minute, is that true? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
it's true. Yeah, he narrates the ride, or at least he did. I don't know. Now that it's the Fantastic, it's based on The Incredibles, the Incredicoaster, I guess is what it is now.
Huh.
So I don't know if they've got Neil Patrick Harris on it anymore. Probably not.
You still got that rockety up thing, that's the stick that shoots you way up in the sky. What's that called?
They do. I'm never. That is the ride that I just tend to.
Yeah.
Meh. Okay.
Yeah. Too much
Although
anticipation.
I've never done. You know what? I take that back. I've never done the one at California Adventure. I'll do that this time.
Oh yeah, you should do it if you're there. I did it once, and I was good. I don't need to do it again. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm all set on that.
There's one based on Storm from the X-Men in
really?
Florida at Islands of Adventure. Yeah. That's
cool.
Didn't do that one either. But that's the Incredible Hulk coaster and the Spider-Man ride at Islands of Adventure in Universal Studios Florida are my two favorite theme park rides ever.
In the world.
In the world,
yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm excited for you. And if you got any of those OC folks are out there and you want to get together on the what do you say, the Tuesday there, you should do it.
The Tuesday, yeah. I'll put some details up in the Tadpool Facebook group, and we can figure it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so more on that as we get closer to it. August is a little ways away, and this will be good because it'll be after your ride, which means we'll know after your ride if you're going to die or not. You'll be fine or you won't.
That's right. We'll know in 2 weeks after my bike ride if I'm going to die or not. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. All right, excellent stuff. We should do Battle Royale now, I guess. Oh, I got to call Randy, not Brian.
Speaking of Orange County, yeah.
Yep. Let's get. Oh, he'll probably see you. He'll probably come by.
Yes, yeah. I talked to him this morning and said, "Let's do dinner." And Sam Jane is in the chat. So yes, we'll plan on
perfect opportunity to hang out with the Jordans.
100%.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam. Wait a minute. What?
I just linked you. the 10-day forecast for where I live.
Oh, let's see.
That's in Discord on our
film section.
Yeah. I need you to look at that because you came in talking about the weather, and then Brian just said something about it being hot in Southern California.
That's like perfect.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Can you copy and paste and put that into August as well?
I will give it a shot.
You can do it, Blizzard. I mean, you're a weather company, right?
Yeah, they're a weather company.
I'll give it a shot. I made some notes the last 20 minutes, by the way. I just want to go through them really, really quick. What
are you, Gidget?
Yeah, if more boys were Boy Scouts, there'd be fewer boys on the streets looking for trouble. So Eagle Scout here, Vigil Honor member of the Order of the Arrow. I'm here to tell you the Boy Scouts are just another gang.
No,
That's
I know.
Important for you to know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You're right.
I think Dice Tomato needs to be kicked out of this community. I've been watching E3, and if you aren't moved by the Battlefield trailer or Far Cry 6 or Halo Infinite, or my gosh, if you weren't wildly entertained by that Outer Worlds 2 commercial yesterday,
that was great.
It was hysterical.
It was so good.
And that's not even to mention Elden Ring, because I don't care about Elden Ring, but my gosh, a lot of people care about Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, a lot of talk about Elden Ring. Listen, Dice Tomato, you're safe. Don't worry. This is just hypothetical.
Exactly. Fortunately, Randy does not control the tadpole.
Yeah, he only
Genie does, as we all know.
Yeah.
So on Friday, I think it was, I'm in the other room doing work during one announcement trailer, so I couldn't see the trailer. But what I heard was Overwatch. I heard solid Overwatch sounds and music, and I'm like absolutely certain there's a surprise Overwatch 2 trailer playing in my living room. And then I go in there, and it's Mario plus Rabbids.
Really?
Yeah, the new Mario Rabbids game. There's a sequel.
That's the XCOM.
Yeah, there you go.
The XCOM duplicate.
I love that first game, so I'm all in on that one. Pretty stoked.
And so my final note, if you're going to use a character voice actor for your Incredibles themed ride, the voice to use is Sarah Vowell. Get on it.
Oh yeah, Violet.
They have you been on the Incredicoaster? You have to have, right?
Yeah.
Do they have a voice now? I've been on it once since they changed it around.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. I really I hate that about me, but I barely remember the Guardians ride And it's like because you're standing around a lot and Rocket's yelling at you and you're following him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I've heard 3. I've been on 3. I think I've listened to 3 of the songs that they have of the 7 different different rides you could potentially get.
After we went to California Adventure the one time like a year and a half ago, we came home and I went to YouTube to look it all up, right? And like so then I'm watching YouTube because there are people who have like, here's a compilation of all of it and how it works. And it's like I didn't even have my own experiences. I had someone else.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's very nice. All right. You're going to be a great asset come August. Oh, look at this. Hey, that music means something. What does it mean? It means it's time for Babble Royale. Kind of Randy edition today because Brian Dunaway's out sick. We wish him well. We were grateful that Randy popped in to do this for us. So, Brian, why don't you explain how this is going to work today?
I will do just that. This is the Morning Squirm. It's a back-and-forth trivia game where our players will match wits on topics that Cliff Clavin would have offered up at the Cheers bar. Scott and Randy will take turns answering multiple-choice trivia questions, and if they get their question wrong, the point goes to the other player. The first player to 5 points wins the prize for their contestant, and we're pulling contestants from members of the Tadpool that aren't able to listen live, so... Scott, you're going to be playing for Andy from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
Nice.
And Randy, you're going to be playing for Les Gebhardt, formerly of California and now living in Prague.
Yeah,
he's a Prague rocker.
He's a Prague rocker.
Gosh,
and he's teaching English there, right?
So many people move from California to Prague. It's just
I know it's
strange
so weird.
thing.
They might as well just open up a Hyperloop directly to Prague from
get on that,
Los
Elon
Angeles.
Musk. Is he teaching English still, or what was the deal he was doing there?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's pretty awesome. That's very
totally,
cool.
yeah.
Love that. He's a great guy.
We love Les. All right, so we got questions, 5 trivia questions for you guys that are kind of gross or kind of weird, kind of out there. Randy's our guest, so I'm going to start with Randy.
Okay.
Randy, in a recent survey, this word was voted the grossest word in the English language.
Oh, my Lord.
Is it smegma?
Ew.
Moist?
I mean, yes, I'm going to say yes to all these.
Engorge? Or phlegm?
Ew.
Smegma, moist, engorge, or phlegm? Which word was voted the grossest in the English language?
I have to say moist.
All right, Randy says moist. Is it moist? It is not moist.
Okay.
You automatically get a point, but if you do want to guess,
I get a point anyway. Oh, let me guess.
Yeah.
Phlegm. Maybe
it is not phlegm. It is smegma. Smegma is the grossest word in the English language.
Neither Scott nor I wanted to say that word. That's how you know it's the right answer.
It is.
Well, yeah, part of me thinks that smegma. I always thought smegma was more of like a, people of a certain age only knew it, and it was like a junior high term you knew, but then it falls out of favor because you're older, and it's just like a youth thing. So I'm surprised by that.
I think it's one of those things that you learn as a kid because it's so gross, right? Like it's, you go to middle school and first day one of the kids pulls you inside and says, you know what smegma is?
Yeah, it's like the first thing day one.
Right, exactly.
Fair enough.
All right, so Scott gets a point. Let's go over to him for question number 2.
All right.
While chimpanzees are the animals that are genetically closest to humans, it turns out that we share 60% of the same DNA with what? Are they rats, houseplants, bananas, or pigeons? What else do we share 60% of our DNA with?
I'm going to say the one that sounds the least likely because I don't actually know, and I'm going to say houseplants.
Houseplants is... incorrect. Point goes to Randy, but Randy, do you have a guess?
What are my other options again?
Rats, bananas, or pigeons? What do we share 60% of our DNA with?
Oh, well then I have to say bananas because I was leaning toward houseplants myself, and that's not right. The others are clearly higher, right? Higher percentages.
They would be higher. Yeah, exactly. We share 60% of DNA with bananas. This is correct.
Oh
yes.
Man, wow. All right, well, you got the point either way, right?
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one to pronounce. This one is going back to Randy to get the first guess. Azodicarbonamide is a chemical that's used to make yoga mats. You can also find it in what popular fast food item? Is it the McDonald's McRib, the Wendy's Frosty, the Subway salad, or the Pizza Hut pepperoni pizza?
I think I know this one because we did it on the show, didn't we?
Okay.
I thought this came up on here.
They have.
Of those things, the thing that I feel has let me down the farthest over my lifetime is Pizza Hut.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the pizza.
Pizza Hut is incorrect. Scott gets the point. Do you have a guess, Scott?
Yeah, I think we talked about it on the show, and I think it was McRibs.
It is McRib. Yeah, McRib has the same chemical that's used to make yoga mats.
Yeah, it came up in a story, and there are people who are all pissed about it, and it was also in nuggets and other stuff, and everybody was mad at McDonald's for that. And then I don't know, and then McDonald's was like, "Well, look at all these other food items that have it in it," and then everyone was like, "Okay, fine, whatever. I guess we're all eating yoga mats." All right. Well, I feel good about that. All right, so that gives me a point.
Seriously,
are we tied?
Though, Pizza Hut, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Their food used to be so good.
I agree.
It's true.
I agree.
Yeah.
I used to love Pizza Hut.
I don't think I've had a Pizza Hut pizza in years, actually.
It's been a while for me. I mean, it was so good when I was growing up, and we loved it there. And it was such a great family place to go, and we just get big pitchers of root beer, and the pizza was good, and the what do you call it? The atmosphere was good, and then something happened, and it's poop now.
Too many people stole those red plastic cups, and to cut costs to pay for them, they had to.
That's right.
Seriously though, buy those online. Like they're you can have a whole set for yourself.
A whole set.
the red plastic cups.
Yeah, full set.
They're
all right,
still
my turn,
available.
right?
All right. This question is going to
me, right?
Scott first. Yes. Not everybody wants to taste the entire rainbow. Which Skittles color was voted the least favorite flavor in a survey? Is it yellow, the lemon? Is it orange, the orange? Is it purple, the grape? Or is it red, strawberry? Which is the least popular Skittles flavor?
I'm gonna say yellow. I don't like yellow, so yellow.
Yellow is correct. Scott gets the point.
We broke the pattern.
Scott, you just broke our streak.
Yeah, the pattern
exactly
has changed finally. Okay, good. Well, my instincts are correct. I don't like the yellow ones.
Well done.
Speaking of surveys, Randy.
Is anyone keeping score? Who's keeping score, by the way?
I'm keeping score. Okay. Scott has 3. Randy has 1.
Oh, all right.
Yes. Speaking of surveys, according to a survey, this is the least favorite side dish on the Thanksgiving table. Is it cranberry sauce, stuffing, mashed potatoes, or yams?
That's too easy, right?
Oh, give it to me again.
Sure. Your 4 choices. The least favorite side dish on the
I like all of
table.
these so much.
Is it cranberry sauce, stuffing, mashed potatoes, or yams?
So the thing that's always gotten passed over the most in my experience is the cranberry sauce. So I'm going to say that, but I personally love cranberry sauce.
Yeah, you don't want to besmirch the cranberry sauce. I feel that.
Is it cranberry sauce? It is. Congratulations, you get the point,
well
Randy.
Well done.
3-2.
I think I feel like that's a question you'd ask kids, because it's always the kids that hate the cranberry sauce. They're into
and I don't understand why, right? Like, because it's like it's just pure sugar. It's just
right.
You're just putting sugar on your turkey.
I guess it's just like tart, and so I don't know. Kids hate the tart. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but
I also grew up in the South, where over my lifetime they went from serving sweet potatoes to serving sugar on with a base layer of a little bit of sweet potato.
Oh wow, that sounds
it's
bad for
fascinating.
me.
You know, or yams? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, yams. Sometimes they're called sweet potatoes. Sometimes yams. My sister has an amazing yam recipe she got from my grandmother. Like, I didn't think I liked yams when I was growing up, but I actually love them, and I would eat them now if she had them in front of me.
But
brown sugar.
Nowadays, like the weight, the marshmallow outweighs the yams like 10-1.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a lot in there, but it makes it nice and crispy and brown. See, that's the idea. Very nice.
Right. All right. This one going to Scott.
Yes, you're correct.
All right. The natural, specifically natural, vanilla, strawberry, and raspberry flavoring that we use actually comes from A, a beaver's anal gland, B, marijuana plants, C, baby vomit, or D, a lizard's penis.
Beaver anal gland.
Is it beaver anal gland? It sure is. Yeah, the
my wife told me this.
Or whatever. Huh?
Yeah, my wife told me this. She said, I said, what is this? She goes, oh, that's I got some new vanilla flavor stuff. And she goes, that comes from beaver's anus. And I was like, whatever. I thought she was lying.
If it's natural vanilla, natural vanilla flavoring comes from the castoreum, the beaver's anal gland. But most of the vanilla that we use is synthetically produced vanillin.
Right. So we're not actually pulling it out of his ass anymore.
We're not exactly.
No. And the bean, there's the bean, right? The bean's a thing.
And I thought the smegma question was gross.
Yeah.
We're way down the hill.
Oh, yeah. We've gone down here. All right. Let's do this.
I got to tell you, I appreciated lizard penis. I don't know why. I just like that.
Lizard penis.
That was good.
Yes.
I like that.
All right. Randy, never sit down for a meal with a daddy long legs. After eating, daddy long legs are known for vomiting up their meal and eating it again, pulling each of its 8 legs through its jaws to floss, shitting all over the place, or eating other daddy long legs if it feels that it hasn't had enough. No, it's Randy's question.
I know. Sorry. I'm thinking out loud because I'm dying to figure this one out. Go ahead, Randy.
What's happening? How did
we get here? Yes.
Yes, I'm now determined to be the big loser because I don't want to be known for knowing any of this.
You're going to walk away with some great knowledge today.
What was the first?
Sure. The first one was puking up its meal and eating it again.
I'll go with that one. That seems like the least bizarre for some reason.
Is it puking up its meal and eating it again? No, it is not. Scott gets the point and has 5 points. Do you have a guess, Scott, before I tell you what it is?
Eating the other ones, eating other spiders?
No, believe it or not, it pulls each of its 8 legs through its jaws to floss and remove any bits of food from its teeth.
What? So wait, does it then grow them back? Is that the idea? Or what?
It doesn't break its legs off to floss. It just goes.
Oh, it uses them. Oh, I misheard that in a way that was wrong. That may have been.
So I kind of did too. Although
technically you misheard it in a way that was right.
Yeah. But you say each one of its legs, and my brain went, "Oh, it eats all of the legs." Wow.
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah. So congratulations going out to Andy from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. You are going to be getting Death Squared and Pinstripe from Steam, courtesy of our friend Zaki, Zaki. But Les, you're not going home empty-handed or staying home empty-handed since you really didn't show up here. You're getting a copy of Crusader Kings Complete, also courtesy of Zaki.
You could argue, it's a side note, but you could argue Crusader Kings Complete is actually the better package. So he kind of won in a weird way. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it depends on your, what your tastes are, but that's an amazing collection.
Is it? Okay. I've never heard of any of these games, so.
Yeah, these are all good, but that third one there is a good one. So well done.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Andy, I was happy to represent and do well, and I'm glad that you won, dude. And also, Les, we miss you in America, but we're glad you're over there in Prague telling them what for in English. Randy, it's always a pleasure, man. We did Alien this weekend.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, so yesterday I'm playing Warzone, and I keep getting into groups with strangers, right? Yeah. And it's like it's a random mix of people who have roughly the same latency as me, right? Yeah. And I ended up in a Warzone game with a couple of Russians, absolutely 100% Russians, as Russian as they come. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Their names were Boris and Peter Pan.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a magical combination. Did you end up in the? You didn't end up in the gulag with him there when you got killed or anything, did you? Because that seems very Russian to do that.
I avoid any mode with the gulag. I mean, I've definitely been in the gulag many times, but I just don't like that mode because, that sucks fighting for your life.
I thought that was the Warzone mode, that there was no avoiding it. Is that not true?
Oh no, there's tons of modes in that game. You should check it out.
I haven't checked Warzone in a while. I should probably go ahead and install the 300 gigabytes that it is, and and give it a shot. I have plenty of disk space. I just need to do it. Well done. As always, a pleasure. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.
See you, Randy.
Bye now. Oh, I kicked him out of FilmSack, but not here. Damn it.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'll re-add him. I did this. I've done this before where he referred to his list, and he's like, "Go check it out over there." I just put it in there.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, he's now added to that old group. Feel like a dummy. All right. Well done. Very good. Where are we now? I know. Some news. Time for the news, brought to you by
all of the awesome backers who helped raise money for Alzheimer's research a couple days ago. We had a great time playing Demio and, of course, hanging with all of you guys. Thanks to you, we hit the initial goal, and then we hit the new goal that I adjusted, and then we hit the third goal. And I just got a text this morning from Courtney from The Longest Day, who says, "Brian, you are crushing it as usual. Thank you. Just came in actually while we were doing the show here."
Oh, very nice.
She's from the Alzheimer's research group that puts together The Longest Day. So
very cool.
Thank you for all of your donations to this cause. You can actually still make a difference. The 20th, Sunday, is the actual Longest Day. I'm going to be at a family reunion, so that's why we didn't stream on that day.
Right.
But you guys can still donate. Go to tiny.cc/Coverville ALZ2021. That's tiny.cc/Coverville ALZ 2021.
Yep, and all lowercase, which is weird.
All lowercase.
For some reason, tiny.cc requires it. So.
Yeah, I don't. Come on, fix your deal, tiny.cc. I bet they can't now. I bet they've got too many people who've purchased specific.
Because that's their whole business model, right? Like that's how they make money, is they have people retain these addresses, and then they got to keep them case sensitive. I don't know. It's annoying.
Exactly. Yep.
But anyway, very, very cool.
That was the blast, by the way, and I'm really bummed that we didn't that watching Demio was not enough to drive you to go pick up a Quest 2 right away.
I'm gonna make an admission here. I had the page open and had it in my cart the entire.
Did you really
most
that
of it,
far?
Yeah, that
oh my
far.
gosh!
In fact, it's still in there. It's technically still in my cart. So I'm not saying it's impossible. This is what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait till the end of E3 just to see if there's a leak or a peep.
Yeah, smart.
Like
one more thing from Oculus, saying,
or even if it's not them,
thing.
Even if it's not them, like they're probably not going to do anything till their Kinect thing in September. But I want some dev to accidentally drop it. Like some dev will go, "Oh yeah, we're making a version of this for the Quest 3," and then someone will go, "Shh, you're not supposed to talk about that," and then I'll go, Quest 3, okay.
I was right to wait. Screw you, Dunaway, telling me not to wait.
That's right. That's all I want is bragging rights. Anyway, that's awesome, and well done, everybody. It was a good time. All right, we got the story here about a black bear. Those are scary if you don't know what you're doing around them.
Those are some of the more vicious.
That's
those
right.
and polar bears, surprisingly.
Yeah, polar bears are dicks if you rile them up.
They are dicks, yeah.
And the funny thing is, see, this is like Greenland and Iceland. Everyone thinks Iceland is all ice and Greenland's all green, and it's like the opposite.
It's like parkways and driveways.
Yeah, kind of like that. And in the case
park
of
on the driveway, drive on the parkway.
Like hippos and rhinos are like that. Rhinos are docile and nice, and not really all that quick to anger. Hippos will rip your head off and eat it.
Yeah.
So don't be
especially
fooled.
if you cause a hippo violation.
Yeah, you don't want to cause any hippo violations. Your doctor leaks that you've got a weird leaky anus. That's a hippo violation.
Hippo violation. Yes.
You know how it works. Anyway, so this black bear got trapped inside a parked car in Tennessee. Hello, Tennessee listeners. A Georgia teacher visiting Tennessee woke up one morning to find a bear had locked itself inside of a parked car. They didn't give the gender of the bear. That's fine. Mary Jane Yarborough, an art teacher from Warner Robins High School in Houston County, Georgia, said she was in Gatlinburg to take a class for a project she's planning for her students next year. She said her car had been left parked on an incline overnight, and a bear had apparently managed to open the door, climb inside the door, slammed shut behind him. It was 6 a.m. I just kept hearing honking happening.
I love it. Man, it's so fun to think of the bear like, hey,
yeah, no,
hey, let me out.
I'm in this car.
I don't know how these doors work.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't find the switch. It says that, let's see, I opened the door, my dog was going crazy, and I see that my car, that the car that is honking and shaking was like, oh my gosh, someone is in there, someone's stuck in my car. She called police and then discovered the occupant of her car was actually a black bear. Officers were able to help get the bear out of the vehicle, but not before it caused significant damage to the interior. Quote, he ripped the dash, my airbag, the radio is out, he went through my glove box, says Yarborough. She said there was a pack of gum and a protein bar inside the vehicle, but the bear didn't touch those. So, don't like.
Oh my God!
So confirmed, bears don't like gum, and they're not really into protein bars. So there you go.
Yeah, I've been to Gatlinburg. I want to say we went to Gatlinburg when we went to Dollywood, and it's one of these towns. It's like, because Pigeon Forge is the other one you go through to get to Dollywood, but it is wall-to-wall T-shirt shops.
Yeah.
And miniature golf courses.
Oh my.
Souvenir shops, that sort of thing. It's just wall to wall. As Dice Tomato says, tourist trap up the wazoo.
I kind of like that. I like that kind of kitsch. You know, I don't mind it.
You do, but then when you don't see, anything else for miles, then you kind of like, oh yeah, I'm not getting a break from. The giant Helvetica signs for T-shirts and souvenirs.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't want too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, she's good now. So everyone, if you're worried, she's fine.
We get stories like that. I'm pretty sure you do too. But we get stories like that all the time here in Colorado with people who leave food in their car. Yeah. Leave windows down or whatever, and they come back and find that their car is torn apart from the inside because a bear got in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sometimes it's a there's let's see, in Provo they had problems with cougars getting into people's cars.
Oh geez, really?
Yeah, and I don't mean some 42-year-old
older women
woman
looking for young guys.
Yeah, a lot of makeup, some jewelry,
giant glasses of wine.
Yeah, pretty well to do for themselves, condo, all that. Those kind of cougars. But yeah, like that'll happen. Animals, they were here before us. They don't give a shit.
Right.
If they can get in your car and tear it to pieces, they'll do it. I don't blame them. I would too if I was a cougar. Why not? Or a bear. Cougar. What's funny is both bears and cougars those are both euphemisms for a type of lifestyle.
They are, yes.
Never the twain shall meet, though. You never see a cougar and a bear.
No, they don't attend the same functions, the same meetups.
And I'm not saying there aren't any cougars in Idaho. I'm just saying there are a lot of bears in Idaho. And I don't know that yes, Brian's right. They hang out in different bars across the road, across this town from each other.
We need a third one so that Dorothy can walk downtown through New York and go, lions and cougars and bears, oh my. Lions and cougars and bears, oh my.
Wait, what's a lion? Is a lion something?
That's why I'm saying we need a third one.
Oh,
we need
a third.
Yeah.
Well, what would that be? Let's think of this.
All right. There's no, like a leopard, an otter.
An otter?
Otters and cougars and bears, oh my.
I don't know what they would be, though. Okay, so pride. Let's see, otters.
An otter? Sam is really pushing the otter thing. Is an otter a euphemism for something?
Yeah, it was an otter.
Well, we do know a beaver is a euphemism for something.
Yeah, it's a vajurger.
That's right.
Cougars live in condos.
A skinny, hairy guy is an otter?
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Skinny, hairy man.
Interesting. So not a twink, but a hairy twink.
Hairy twink.
So if I was going to be a detective, by the way, that would be my detective name.
Yeah, yes, Harry Twink. The Adventures of Harry Twink. Oh man, that's a great book series. I loved reading The Adventures of Harry Twink. All right, twinks are different, says Sam.
There we go. Otters and cougars and bears. Oh my!
There you go. Nailed it. Let's move to Las Vegas for a minute. Let's take a look there.
Just for a minute, though, because I wouldn't be able to live in there.
Oh, you can't live there. You just have to visit.
No.
Las Vegas. Well, sorry. I guess Missoula would disagree, but anyway, Las Vegas woman crushed 3 watermelons in 7.5 seconds and beat the world record.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I can't wait to find out what part of her body she used.
Her ample bosom. No, I don't know. Let's see. Should we find out? I bet there's video. I didn't think to look.
Oh, gosh. Hopefully there's video.
I would love some video here on the UPI story. No, there's none. Or is it blocked?
And if so, maybe we just get her to replace Carrot Top at the Luxor.
Yeah, that'd be good, right? He's looking rough, by the way.
He is, yeah.
Woo, that stuff's going south real quick. Well, anyway, here's the deal about her.
It looks like an R. Crumb drawing of Carrot Top now.
Yeah, yes. Well said. And I think that eyeliner is permanent. And I think you regret it.
I think so, yes.
Oh, here it is. There is video. It just took forever to load. All right, I'm going to play it.
Okay.
I'm gonna play
there was
a
space for it. Yeah, it did the same thing here, where there was a space for it and it just didn't show up.
Yeah, that was weird. All right, there she is. Oh, look at this. She's like doing it with her thighs. Oh, geez. Look at her.
Oh, wow.
This guy should.
Oh.
Wow. All right. Well, don't get stuck with her.
Still
in an
single.
Elevator. Yeah,
still single, guys.
Those thighs, my gosh, she's gonna destroy those things, and she did. All right. Well, her story goes like this: a Nevada bodybuilder crushed a world record when she used her thighs to crush 3 watermelons in under 8 seconds. Courtney Olson, owner of Girl Clothing Athletic Wear Line, it says GRRRL, all in caps.
Girl
said she decided to take on the watermelon smashing world record to celebrate the opening of the brand new store in Las Vegas. I decided in correlation with our store's opening, it's a community space, and we really wanted to start utilizing the space to teach things, to share this watermelon crushing story with our younger girls, she says. She told that to the Eureka Times Standard. Have you been to that paper?
Eureka, yes. Eureka, Northern California, outside of like up by San Francisco, maybe up by Oakland.
Northern California, or
I think Northern California. I could be wrong. I've been to Eureka.
Nice. I like.
By the way, they interviewed this woman later on in this video that we were looking at, and she's beautiful, and she also has Star-Lord's hair from the new Square Enix video.
She totally does. Let's take a look here, chat. She's right here. Let's move this forward. Oh yeah, total Star-Lord hair.
Yeah.
Dude, she looks like she could bend me in half and destroy my life. Oh man, she's very strong.
She is.
And motivated. Look at the motivation coming off her.
Yeah, I mean, basically, she'd rip me in half. Was what she'd do.
Lovely woman. She'll destroy my life. All right. There's that story. And she's gonna.
By the way, speaking of.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, speaking of Vegas, I don't know if you heard, but last night, the TMS Vegas location for our live show, the Bunkhouse, sadly had a fire. They've been closed since
because those pictures I remember that door. It really bummed me out to see that.
Yeah, the place has been closed since last year because of the pandemic, and unfortunately some homeless people were staying in there, and a fire got out of control and burned the place up.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I don't know. The article I read, it showed pictures and stuff, but it didn't say whether it was salvageable. So I hope it's not so bad that they have to just scrap.
I know, because that's such a great indie music venue for Vegas, and great, really good size to the place. It'd be a bummer if they
we
can't
liked
get
it
that thing
a lot.
back.
We'd like to have it, perhaps in a future event. So maybe don't burn things down is what we're saying.
Maybe don't burn things down. Yes.
All right. One more story here. This is good because this is a bike ride story. So,
oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we were in the shirt that fits that.
Yeah. You're getting ready for all that. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
No shirts, pants, or undies needed on a bike ride, just a mask. So Brian, get nude and get going.
All right. Good. Do I still get to use the chode butter, though? Because I think I still have to.
Yeah, you can use the chode butter. It's not a problem.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I mean, I don't want to go near you, but you can wear it. It's not a problem. So here's what it is.
You certainly don't want to use my bike seat after this.
No. No, I don't. All right, so because your bike seat will also be wearing the chode butter, it turns out.
Right, exactly, yes.
Philadelphia bike riders won't need their shirts, pants, skirts, or even underwear, just a mask. Organizers of the annual Philly Naked Bike Ride said this year's event will take place on August 28th and will require masks based on the city's earlier coronavirus restrictions. The city lifted most of its COVID-19 rules this week, citing an increase in vaccinations and decrease in cases. But ride organizers said they hadn't had a chance to chat since the last city guidelines change. So for the time being, we're going to stick with our initial mask guidance. And so it's just masks. That's it. That's all they're going to wear.
That's naked. Right. That's all you have to wear is a mask.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Maybe wear it on your crotch. Wear it there.
I think if I were doing this, I think people would still also be practicing some social distancing. They'll say, 6 feet away from that guy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You worry about one of those scrums, though, where somebody clips another back tire and then you're all piled up.
Oh, God. And nobody has any sort of protection on or anything.
That's awful. Yeah. Oh, get a handlebar up the hoo-ha is what you'll get.
Ooh. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say about this story. What was I going to say about it?
Well, we should say, by the way, that the Naked Ride is to promote positive body image, advocate for the safety of cyclists, and protest dependence on fossil fuels.
There you go.
I think they just really threw a dart at a bunch of causes, and they wanted to ride naked, and they said, "Yeah, how can we justify this?"
Yeah, I would say keep an eye out for bonery people. If you see a dude. You know what I mean? I never trust these things entirely because I'm actually a big believer in all those causes you mentioned. It's just, I know there's a couple of guys or a half a dozen guys out of the however many thousands show up that are there because they think this is hot and they got their wieners out. And I just say,
I don't need to be behind somebody on a bike.
Yeah.
When they're leaning forward on their handlebars and pedaling up that hill. I just don't need to see it. Thank you.
Yeah, you see a bonery fella, run the other way is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dudes are gross is what I'm saying.
Dudes are gross.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. So COVID-19 rules being lifted in a lot of places. California just did an entire lift, which I think California's happy about because vaccinations are at a level where, people are feeling good about it, especially for vaccinated people. However, this Delta variant, which everybody is sort of studying now, seemed to be the prominent strain in India that was causing so much havoc there. This thing is making it so if you were 97, 98% resistant to the current more common virus, people are only about 75 to 80% resistant to this Delta variant. It's still better to be vaccinated because you don't get as sick. It's not as brutal if you're vaccinated. If you end up getting it, but these are breaking through the vaccination for some people.
Wow.
My point in saying all of this is, the more vaccinated we are as a population, the less big deal that is. So, hey everyone, on the fence or with dumb ideas, go get vaccinated.
Worried about being magnetic?
Yeah, go get vaccinated. By the way, none of those keys are the kind of metal that are magnetic.
Right.
You're just all gross because your skin is oily
and
gross.
Oily, woman, and that's why keys stick to you.
Yeah,
and bobby pins won't mix on your neck for whatever reason.
You're not magnetic. You're disgusting. That's what you are. So go.
My favorite part of that clip is the end where she goes, "Any questions?"
Yeah.
She was ready to say that. Unfortunately, after watching her experiment fail on her neck for 3 items,
Right. And Sam makes the point. The more vaccination, the less this thing can break through, but also the less variants we'll get in the first place because mutations happen when you're not vaccinated. So stop it. Go and get one. And don't send me your emails telling me your dumb reasons. I don't want to hear them. Exactly. I don't want to hear them. Just get freaking, let's do this, man. There's a chance we have to get all together and let's quit being dumb. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Maker World with Bill a little bit. And then major spoiler zone, Steven Schleicher joining us after his fantastic showing in Demio the other night. He'll be here with us as well. So stick around for that. Before that, though, a song break with Brian Ibbott's description.
That is correct. Let's go to Cincinnati, Ohio for a band called Settle Your Scores. They've got a brand new LP that's going to be coming out August 20th via Mutant League Records. Thanks to them and Earshot Media for sending me this one. The new LP is going to be called Retrofit, and this is the new single and video from that album. Here is Settle Your Scores and Meant for Misery.
When it comes to video games, nobody compares to Atari.
I find Intellivision more sophisticated and lifelike.
Gentlemen, move over for my friend Vic. The Commodore VIC-20.
Move over?
The Commodore VIC-20 does more than your machines. It's a great computer that also plays great games. Like this, and this, and this.
A computer that plays great games?
Under $300?
Exactly.
We didn't know.
This ain't a hangout for damn street gangs.
Yeah, right. Drink your dog piss?
Wow.
The morning stream. You didn't say the magic word.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, a song. Brian, that song again?
That song again is called Meant for Misery. That is the band Settle Your Scores from their upcoming LP called Retrofit.
Awesome. Go get it. Just a cavalcade of great music every day here on TMS. Go take advantage of Brian's good graces. All right, let's do this now.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Joining us on the line, Mr. Bill Duran, all the way from PunishedProps.com, the home of many cool things that he's made. And he joins us again today like he does every Monday. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
How's it going? How was your weekend? How's things?
It was very pleasant.
Yeah.
I went and saw a friend of mine I hadn't seen in, about a year and a half.
And
we hung out indoors.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Food
crazy.
In the same room. And he has 2 golden retrievers. And I spent 2 hours petting golden retrievers, and it was fabulous.
Oh, that is therapy right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How? Unless they're stinky. Were they stinky?
No, they were glorious golden retrievers.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little dog time in your life. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have so much cat. Like, were they a little suspicious around you because you get that cat and they probably
smell like dog now.
Yeah.
No, the dogs were just elated to have more humans to pet them, I think.
That's true. Those things shed like crazy. You should have them collect the shed, and then you take it back and then do a maker thing out of it. Make like a Viking helmet out of some dog shedded hair. That's a cool idea, right? Or is that gross? That might be.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Well, not everything has to be fun. No. Damn it! All right, hey, just kidding. It's good to have you here. Let's dive right in. What do you got going on these days that we might want to hear about?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we finished our shop move, and I wanted to talk about it. I'm finally emotionally ready to talk about it.
Good.
Actually, my lower back has recovered enough that I can talk about it.
I wondered how that had gone, because I know that's a big undertaking to move all that around.
It was a massive undertaking, and Brittany and I did nearly all of it. We had some help with the heavy stuff. We have an employee who helped us move the heavy stuff, but we did everything else, and we took our time. We spent a couple of months doing everything, and I really wanted to cover that because I feel like we did a good job. Like, I'm really proud of how we handled it.
Yeah.
We've moved our shop several times. Actually, we've moved it 4 times since I started building it and collecting tools. And every time, boy, it gets a little more difficult. We keep making stuff that we have to keep.
Yeah, and they get big, and some of them are big.
Amazing how
now.
that happens.
Yeah, and the bigger your shop, the more capable you are of big, heavy things, and now you got those to worry about. Sure.
Oh, I know, and I made a lot of that stuff over the past 3 years. So we were in our big workshop for 3 years. I went and counted. We finished over 70 props and costumes in 3 years.
Yeah,
and that's all stuff we did up for video. So there's dozens of other little things too that are just accumulating.
Yeah.
We had to move all of that. The other thing we learned is when you have a big space, right? Like you're renting a large warehouse or whatever, furniture just appears. Like large furniture just happens.
Large furniture just happens, yeah. You're right.
We just ended up with so much office furniture at the end of that 3 years that we got a lot of it for free that nobody wanted. because now everyone's working from home and no one wants office furniture.
Right. No, that's true.
So a lot of that ended up getting. We tore it down and threw it in the dump. We just got rid of it.
Yeah. Sometimes that stuff's. I mean, it depends on the condition and stuff. But some of that stuff's even hard to give away. Like I had an office chair I tried to take to a sort of an equivalent to a Goodwill, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't take any more of these." Like,
yeah, really? I took a lot of that stuff to Goodwill. They turned me away. They're like, "Nah, we got plenty of office chairs."
Yeah, I guess that's a thing. It's
weird. So that we had to figure all that stuff out, and we took our time and we did. Here are a few things that we've learned that we've found makes moving less painful. And this is good advice, obviously, if you're moving your workshop, but if you're moving your house too, this is pretty good advice. We've moved our house 5 times since we moved to Seattle. 15 years ago, so we have a lot of practice.
Jeez, that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah. Preparing the new location is critical. So our basement was where we were moving all our stuff, or most of our stuff into. We also rented a storage unit. But the basement, before we moved everything in there, I cleaned it feverishly. Vacuumed everything, cleaned everything. And then this took a lot of extra work, but we moved the furniture first.
Yeah.
So that meant at the place where we were moving stuff from, we had to take everything off the shelves, put it on the ground, tear down the shelves, move the shelves, put the shelves back up, and then move the stuff from the ground to the new place and put it on the shelves. But let me tell you, when you're moving a ton of stuff, especially when it's heavy, into a new location, and the shelves are already there, oh, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
So good. Nothing goes on the floor. You just start stacking stuff on shelves. It makes the moving in so much more streamlined.
Yeah.
So we did that. That was really, really great. And then we also I built a little model of my basement, a little cardboard model, so I could rearrange my furniture in small scale to figure out where everything goes. I did that ahead of time, and it was really useful.
Yeah.
Super useful to get the general layout of like workstations. So, I have one workbench that's going to go in a certain area. That's where my lathe and machining tools go. I have another workbench that's going to go in a different area. That's where my laser cutter and 3D printers are going to go. I can also set up my my dust, or not dust, but fume extraction. There we go, for my laser cutter, right? And so I can figure out where that stuff is going to go near a power outlet and near a window, so I could extract the fumes out that window. I could do all of that before moving stuff, so that when I got the laser cutter there, I put it in the place where it's going to live indefinitely, and I don't have to move it again.
Yeah,
it's just a great feeling.
Yeah, that is a good feeling, right? Never have to do it again. But you deal in so much. Like, I feel like I can almost get rid of. I could get rid of so much stuff, and it would be fine, because so much of what I'm doing is digital across the board. I don't have, big. I don't have massive 36-inch canvases and Bristol boards or whatever piling up from that and the old way of doing things. Like, I've just got hard drives, and they're just full of content. Same with the shows. Like, I don't have reels of tape. I have hard drives full of stuff, and so a big move like this for me would actually be not too big of a deal. But you deal in so much physicality, like there's no getting around it. Yeah.
I have several things that measure 4 feet by 8 feet that had to be moved. I had a table. My main workbench is awesome. We actually bought it from a company that was getting rid of it when we moved into the big workspace. It is this huge, custom-made steel welded frame with a 1.5 inch thick plywood top. It is massive and durable, and I plan on owning this workbench for the rest of my life because it's so good, and I got it for such a cheap amount of money.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't fit down my stairs to get into my basement.
Yeah.
There was no physical way, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I took an angle grinder, I cut 3 inches off all the feet on it, made it a little shorter, and jammed it into the basement.
Did you reinstall? Like, did you screw the feet back in?
I could. I actually like the new height a little better. Yeah. We're gonna try that out for a while. Trust me. After we got it in the basement, though, I didn't really feel like working on it anymore.
Yeah, I feel you. I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So another thing I tried really hard to do when we were moving all this stuff was to put everything in a box before you move it. For a couple of months before we did all of our big moves, I would take like half an hour every day to just fill a box with stuff and label it and make sure it makes sense. I try not to make many boxes that are labeled miscellaneous.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
To be honest, though, by the end of the move, you're going to end up with a couple of miscellaneous boxes. It's not a big deal. By the end of it, you're like, just get a box, whatever's left, throw it in there. It's fine.
Yeah.
But we did okay. We did not have very many miscellaneous boxes. All of our boxes are well labeled, and they make sense.
Yeah.
And again, that makes such a big difference when you're putting stuff in the new location. You can put it in a place that makes sense, and that makes organizing that stuff and setting up the shop later much less painful.
Yeah, it sounds like the way to do it.
And then
you know what I don't want to jump over this too fast. Don't make too many boxes named miscellaneous. Mm-hmm. I think this applies digitally as well. Like, don't make folders that are just like
older names.
Yeah, just old items or sort later or whatever. If you can, like my brother used to tell me, touch once is what he used to say. Yeah. Touch once and put them away. And like, I'm all about a giant file dump, but man, if you do that, you're not going to look at that stuff for a decade. And then when you finally do, you're like, do I even, it's going to be just work no matter when you do it. So do it now while you got it. Just do it.
And you don't have to have and this is a totally different thing, but I manage a lot of files as well. You don't have to have a really impressive like folder structure to organize stuff. You should, but you don't have to. So long as you name the folder with the right words and enough of them, you can find it. Mm-hmm. You can do a search on your computer and you can find those files. But if you label that folder miscellaneous and you search for miscellaneous on your 20 terabytes of hard drive and 40 miscellaneous folders show up, that's when you're like, oh, I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, it'll bite you in the bum and it'll just keep growing. I feel like my dad kind of messed up. At some point or another, he stopped having kind of a handle on it. And it's not like he's a hoarder or anything like that. Like, it wasn't that level. But he just had stuff that he was like, well, I'm pretty sure one day I'm going to need this slide projector again. Or I'm pretty sure one day I'm going to, like all this old stuff. And he just didn't. Like, he never needed any of it. And so, it was always more work than it needed to be because he was moving things around that he was never going to need or use or whatever.
Yeah. And that's a question I asked myself a lot when we were moving the shop. So we have this 3-year window when we were in this large industrial place. And I moved everything into that space and I moved everything out of that space. And the things I was moving out that I hadn't touched in 3 years, they got a good look at. They got a good pondering to see if I really needed that thing. I didn't use it for 3 years. Do I still really need to use this thing? Am I going to use it again? And there were several things that did not make the cut. They got thrown away or given away or sold.
Yeah.
The last thing we did that was super useful is the day or two before we would have a move. So we would prep stuff and then we would have one move day where we'd move a few things. And then we'd prep stuff for a week and then we'd have another move day the next week. Mm-hmm. We'd go rent a truck, but the day or two before then, we would stack all of the boxes in neat rows near the back door where we were going to be loading them. So everything that was going to go in the truck was all set up. I worked at a beer distribution warehouse during college, and this is how we set up beer orders for each truck every night. And I was like, boy, that was handy. Why don't we do it again?
Yeah.
So we got the truck in the morning, opened the door, and just loaded it with stuff. And it's so, like, on a move day, to have the truck loaded and moving towards the end goal before lunch is just relieves so much stress. Especially if you have to give the truck back later that day.
And this is mostly, I shouldn't say mostly, this is entirely you and Brittany, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing all this.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's something great about that. Something endearing that it's not like 4 hunky dudes plus you guys. It's just you guys.
Right.
Just getting.
I would have appreciated having the healthy spine of one of those hunky dudes, but we made it work.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I think well done is the word I would use there.
Thank you. Yeah, and now we have everything is moved and I can go down there and just pick a corner and start refining it a little bit until it's exactly what I want. And we've started doing that. Our main filming area is getting all set up. got a bunch of my bigger power tools hooked up and everything.
Yeah.
It's starting to come together, and it's going to turn into a space that's just a real like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for makers, and for me specifically, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are both Willy Wonka and the kids.
That's right.
Yeah, try not to get sucked up the chocolate hole. That's all I'm saying.
I live by that rule.
That's smart. You should. Well done. This is great. I'm excited to hear that you're done or to that point, and hopefully this inspires a few of us. It inspired me to want to kind of just tighten things up a little. I'm not even moving, and I just need to do some of that. Brian and I are always talking about like, I don't know, stuff we could get rid of, but I need to
get rid of it, consolidate it, eBay it, or just burn it.
Burn it.
Throw it. We threw all of our stuff. All of that old The thing is, when you rent a space like that, furniture becomes a liability. If we didn't get rid of it by the end of our move-out date, we would have been hosed. We would have had to pay out the nose for a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a liability.
Yeah.
There was this moment where we hucked all that furniture in the pit of the transfer station.
Yeah.
And this huge front-end loader came in and just obliterated it. We're like, what? We're free. It was magical.
Yeah, I'll bet. That's awesome. Well, congratulations and well done. We will. I'm sure we'll hear more about some of this process moving forward. But always good to have Bill on. Bill, do you have a little bonus content for us today?
Do I ever? The Craftsman, my favorite maker puppet. He made a font. He made his own custom font, and he made a video on how to do it, and it looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is something that I will do someday. Someday I will need to make a custom font for a prop or something, and I think it's wicked neat.
Yeah,
that is cool.
I like fonts, and I wish I had the patience. It feels like something would take forever. Maybe I need to watch this and kind of get a feel for it, because the concept has always been really intriguing to me. That little, I don't know if anyone else saw that QAnon documentary that was on HBO, but one of the main subjects of that, the guy who started 8chan and then sold it to those weirdos, that's what he does for fun. He just makes fonts all day. And so when you're not following him unfortunately I had to kind of unfollow him because all he talks about is the QAnon stuff now. But once in a while I'd say, hey, look at this new font I'm working on. And he's got all this important information about kerning and leading and keeping all your letters in check and make sure your X has this on it and like all this cool stuff. And it was really rad. I wish I could do that. I guess I could if I had time. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah. Time is everything, Brian. Time is everything.
This is cool.
Yeah, very cool.
He's doing a lot of this on the iPad, so
very nice.
A lot of the design work.
Yeah,
and then 3D printing it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Cool. Bill Doran, everybody. You can find all of his goings-on and works over at punishprops.com and, of course, the YouTube channel as well. Go give that a follow. Bill, have a fantastic day.
Take it easy.
See you next time. Bye now. Okay. Brian, one thing remains.
Just one.
I don't call him a thing. He's a man. He's a man with a plan. And his name is Steven.
Steven Schleicher. Steven Schleicher.
Steven Schleicher joining us fresh out of his Demio demo. Oh,
hello.
Oh, hello. I hear myself. That's weird.
I'm sorry.
Turn your radio down.
Forgot to mute that.
Yeah, you're all good. Hey, welcome back. How the heck are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? You doing good? That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear.
It was a blast Saturday night. Had such a great time playing Demio with you guys. And,
it was so fun.
Yeah.
That unbelievable win when we pretty much were thinking, oh, we're done with this level. Like, we've lost Steven. We're about to lose Dunaway. And he still managed to crawl across the finish line at the very last second.
I don't know how you did that.
The big question is, did Scott buy a Quest 2?
Oh, we talked about this a little bit. I hovered over that buy button.
It's in his cart.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's
in the cart now.
Deal, yeah.
Like Kim could potentially go buy some foot cream or something and accidentally buy a Quest.
I've done that before where, I've left something in the cart and then Tina ended up buying it because she didn't check to see what was in the cart before she hit purchase.
Yeah, and then you get a bill and you're like, whoa, what's the extra $300 for?
Right.
But I'm holding out hope that I'm just going to wait till the end of E3 to see if any developer leaks that they're working on Quest 3 dev kits or anything. And if they are, then I might consider a wait. If not, it's in the cart. We'll see. Okay, I hate that this thing's broken. Like, part of me is like, well, maybe I should send this somewhere and see if it's cheaper just to fix my Quest.
It might be.
Right. It might be. So I don't know.
Contact Quest, contact Oculus support. Maybe they'll take care of you.
Maybe they will.
I know it's more than a year, but still might be $50 to get it repaired versus $300 for a new one.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible. So
maybe they'll just be like, hold down the A button and the power button, and click it twice, and then it'll come back up. Because man, I know with my iPhone, there are times where the screen won't come on, and you have to do this weird key combo to get it to reset. So it may be something like that.
It could be that. Yeah, I tried what I thought was everything. I followed all the guides. I looked at people on what do you call it? Freaking
YouTube,
Reddit, everywhere, and there were lots of people with problems and stuff with solutions, but none of them worked for me. So I don't know. I'll keep dinking with it. But yeah, that was really fun. What also is fun is having you on and talking about some stuff going on at majorspoilers.com, my favorite website for comic book news and late breaking stuff about TV shows coming and movies and all that stuff. For example, speaking of TV, Rick and Morty returning on June 20th. Season 5, is it? 5?
And Morty coming back on the 20th. I think a lot of people are kind of excited about this. I don't know how you guys feel about Rick and Morty.
I love Rick and Morty.
I enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
I think there are some people that don't realize that Rick is the bad guy in the whole thing, but whatever.
There are the Rick worshippers out there gross me out because they see what he is as a, I don't know, they propped him up as some kind of example of positive.
He's mayhem.
Yeah,
personified
and stuff. Yeah,
I don't like that, but I think the show's really creative and funny, and this would be season 5, right? So let's go.
Season 5, and the trailer for it that I don't know when that dropped a while ago. Maybe it dropped the other day as well. Looks really good. There's going to be some interesting storylines, and hopefully we'll get some conclusions to storylines, and hopefully we'll get more than 3 episodes for the season. But there you go.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm pretty excited about it. They're now in Fortnite or something, so there's some kind of cross promotion going on.
Yeah, and apparently it looks really good when you see 3D Rick and Morty running around with their portal gun.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? It's weird. It's weird because they actually made it look right. Like, as much as I don't care about Fortnite, I have to give them a little credit for taking a 2D image of Rick and Morty and making them look like they belong in there.
Also, Superman, Batman were running around for a while, too.
Yeah, and RoboCop's been in there, and you got some... that game's full of weird cameos.
And there's also a Batman Fortnite comic book series that DC is currently putting out.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet because I'm nervous to. I don't know why, because the Mortal Kombat team that did Injustice 1 and 2, those are amazing runs. Those comic runs are awesome. I love them. They're some of my favorites, and they're based on a video game, which is normally not my jam at all. I kind of hate that backwards promotion on comics, but I don't know, Fortnite, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Is it any good? Have you heard? Is it supposed to be okay?
I've only read little bits and pieces of it, so I couldn't be a good judge of that. I'm not a Fortnite fan. I watch the kids play, and that's about as far as I go.
All right. Well, time will tell. Arcade 1UP announces the Simpsons arcade machine, and it's expensive. Also, that Turtles in Time one. So I guess they're going all out on the 4-player beat 'em
Yeah,
ups.
they're really going into the 4 players, leaning heavy into that with the announcement of the Simpsons, which will come out. Goes on pre-order on July 15th, so we got a ways to go on that.
Yeah.
But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time, which is the second arcade 1UP TMNT game that they've released, is on pre-order right now.
Yeah, look for that, 90s kids. You excited out there?
Right. It's funny, they basically just use the same model as their X-Men 4-player game that they've got coming out as well. Why not put all these games on the same
licensing, all those
same
kinds of
hardware
things.
Well, sure, okay, there's that.
I mean, a couple of years ago we did talk about how I did get a 1UP machine, and I just modded it with a Picade, turned it into a Picade machine.
Right.
I'm thinking you could do the same thing with a 4-player system, and then you could play all the Konami games and all the other 4-player games from your youth on that system too. So there's still probably some good reasons for people to pick these things up.
And why is this so much more?
What's the price on this?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it like 600 or something? It's some crazy number.
No. Well, no. I don't think it would be 600. I think it's probably $599, $499.
$599 to $600.
Yeah. No. It is. It is less than $600. That's why it's priced at $599.
Right. We'll save that buck. You're right. It makes a good point.
I'm still eyeing that Marvel pinball. If it comes back on sale somewhere, I think I might pick that up.
Yeah, if they ever got a really good somebody in the chat just mentioned a 4-player Gauntlet machine, I'd be all over that thing. So I go onto eBay like on a regular basis, and I also go into the Facebook Marketplace, and I will just search for Gauntlet, just waiting for one of the original machines to come up for sale, just so I can see what the price is and whether I'm willing to drop that much money.
Well, I have Gauntlet on mine, but it's not 4-player. But it's a 1-up machine with Gauntlet on it. It's got Gauntlet, Rampage, Joust, and I bought it for the Joust, but
gotta have the 4-player if you're doing Gauntlet.
Yeah, that's a good point. It has 2-player, but not 4. You're right.
Yeah.
But Valkyrie needs food badly. I can tell you that.
Definitely does.
All right. Well, cool. Watch for those. I swear I saw that these were like $600, but I don't know where I saw it.
It might be. Depends on the system. I'm pretty sure like the 2-player systems are in the $299 range.
Yeah, like $300.
So maybe you bump it up and get another $200 out of that. Yeah. $600 though for the 4-player system seems a little expensive. I know I spent around, I want to say $499 for that Marvel pinball machine.
Yeah. I was gonna say that thing was.
And I still don't see one in the background of Brian's office.
No, they are not. Basically, arcade 1-up lists. 2 places you can get it: Walmart or GameStop, and both places are. It's been unavailable for months.
Yeah, I think part of that, and I think it's Big Jim will probably have to talk a little bit more about that. But at one point, when they were shipping over all of the pinball machines, the boat had a tip over or something and lost like a bunch of stuff. And I don't know if they were all the arcade 1-up machines, but that delayed it for like 3 more months than what it was supposed to. I'm wondering if they're just like, look, we took a big loss on this even with insurance, so they're limiting the number of pinball machines, because I really don't see a lot of those being advertised in a lot of places.
That's
and I don't even know if the Attack on Mars or Attack from Mars machine has even been released yet. I know the Marvel pinball one has. I think the Star Wars one has, but the third one has.
Star Wars one has, yeah.
We need to figure out a way to take advantage, Major Spoilers Network and Prog Pants, how to take advantage of the sudden urge and hunger for collectibles. How can we do this? What do we have that people want to collect? Because right now it's fevered pitch, man.
I've got like 30,000 comic books that I'm wanting to get rid of.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
okay,
we'll
throw a comic book in. Let's see, what else?
I got an iPad I'll sell, iPad Pro, the smaller one.
I got some audio podcast equipment that is time to get out.
Oh, that we all have audio podcast equipment that we could sell. Yeah.
I got a Quest that won't turn on. That's great. Well, all right. Also, hey, one of my favorite comic series ever is coming back in 2022. That's Fables.
Yeah, way back in like 2005, I went to the San Diego Comic-Con, and I sat in on the Fables panel because I was a huge fan of Bill Willingham and had followed his work for years. And I got to ask one of the questions, what if, since these guys are supposed to be Fables and they're living into the real world, and since this is all DC Comics, when is Batman going to have an adventure with the Fables people? And Bill Willingham was just like, get out of this panel. Well, the answer, of course, is May of 2022. When Fables 151 returns, Mark Buckingham and Bill Willingham are coming back to tell the tale of the ongoing adventures of everybody's favorite Fables characters in the real world. And then in September of this year, Batman versus Big B will hit the store shelf.
Now, Big B, Wolf Among Us, right? Is the
yeah. He is the big bad wolf. That's why he's Big B Wolf.
And it's just a great time to remind everybody that the single best game that Telltale put out when they were a company was The Wolf Among Us. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was good. So good. Very adult though, so watch out for that. This is all Black Label stuff.
Definitely some sexy stuff in the first couple of pages of Fables. So if you don't want to see some Prince Charming Wang, then you might want to avoid that.
Yeah, they're really going hard on these Black Label stuff, formerly Vertigo titles, and I love it. I love it. I'm so into it. I'm reading the White Knight series thing where the Joker turns into just Jack Napier,
the DA or whatever he is.
Yeah. It's very good, like really good stuff. And then unfortunately I read it in reverse. I read the one, the follow up
the
after
second one first.
Yeah, I don't know why I screwed that up, but it's fine. It's still good. I'm still really enjoying it, but just one of those things. But anyway, man, Black Label. Hey Marvel. get off your arse and put your mature content back on the app.
I don't think they're going to do that. I honestly don't. I would be very surprised, only because Disney owns it, and Disney is being very, very careful about what they're putting out as in terms of family content. And if all of a sudden all of this big screen MCU stuff filtered down, and some kid actually wandered into a comic book store and picked up Marvel Knights comic book, you'd have a million moms trying to march on Disney about the downfall of America and why we should all be clutching our pearls.
You're probably right.
Disney is really playing it safe in that area.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's really unfortunate because some of the storytelling, what I'm not advocating here is just like pointless swears and violence and or sex or any. That's not what I'm interested in. It's just that these labels let these writers tell their stories the way they want to tell them, and sometimes it does mean, elements that might offend some. But they're so good, and people are missing out on that stuff, and it just bums me out, man. I just want more of that. I don't know. I guess I can get that from Image. I can get that from, a million other labels. It's just that Marvel's also got some good content. They just refuse to put it up on the thing. But anyway, whatever.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
That happens.
I was going to make a comment about that, and I forgot what it was. Oh, somehow, though, they let they've got this 40K run. It just finished, actually. It was like
actually, there's the Sisters of Whatever is getting ready to launch either in July or August. Ooh. So there is another 40K series coming out, but the, Marnia's Kilgar series.
The Kilgar series. Dude, I loved every freaking inch of that book, and it was great. I was so worried it'd be crappy license, but it wasn't. It was really well done. But
they did a good job with that.
Yeah, it was really good. It was so bloody though, so gory that I couldn't believe it was just a Marvel title. I was blown away by that. So anyway, more of that, please. More 40K comics. I'll keep subbing to your damn service if you keep making those. What else? Oh, Sam and Twitch, the television series. Now I knew who this was immediately, but some people may be less informed. This is the two detectives in the Spawn universe, right?
That's right. Man. That's right. The Spawn universe is getting a big expansion over to Image Comics. Todd McFarlane is doing a whole bunch of stuff with Spawn going forward, but he is also working with Whip, which is the studio behind the Mayor of Easttown. I don't know if you guys watched that. A really good show.
We totally watched that.
Good. Yeah.
They are looking at taking the Sam and Twitch characters, which have also starred in their own standalone series, turning that into a detective series for I don't know who yet, since Whip works with HBO for Mayor of Easttown, probably something for HBO, like a HBO limited series or something like that.
Animated or live action? Do we know?
I don't know that yet. My guess would be that it's going to be live action.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that. Sam and Twitch, the spin-off series, comic series, those were always very good. They were different writers too. They were like people that McFarlane just handed it off to, and they did a good job. It's been ages though. But that was really a fun, gritty, streetwise cop story thing with a little bit of supernatural thrown in there, and I was all in. I'd be into this. Bring it on. Why not? More Spawn. I'm fine with it. Remember that old Spawn HBO animated series? That was pretty rad.
I remember it. Yeah.
The best adaptation of... Well, I mean, there have been a lot of adaptations of Spawn, but that one was really good.
At the time, it was maybe one of the best comic book adaptations of any kind. Now that's like, we've gotten better.
But before all the DC stuff. Yeah, it was so good.
Before MCU, before all of that. And
it was
dark.
What was that,
and cool.
96, 97, 98, somewhere around there.
I think I may rewatch that. That's all up on Max right now, so I may have to go check that out again. If my memory serves, there is a lot of doing it for doing its sake in that cartoon, but whatever. I can get past it. It's HBO. Yeah, you have a limited, I'm sorry, you have to have minimum 5 sex scenes, please, before you can come to our show.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
All right. I guess that's it. Steven, anything else going on in your world that we should mention to the fine folks at home?
I think if people are looking for some more comic book talk, certainly head over to majorspoilers.com under our podcast section. We've got multiple podcasts that come out each week that talk all about comic books and what's going on, whether it be the Major Spoilers podcast or the Legion Clubhouse, all about the Legion of Superheroes, or even Dueling Review, where our listeners tell us what comic we should review, and we review it on the show live Thursday nights on our Discord server.
That's awesome. I'm going to now play an old clip of you just to celebrate before we hang you up, okay? So here's an old clip from 2014 of everyone's favorite Major Spoilers host, Steven Schleicher. Here you go.
I kissed her. She tasted like tobacco.
All right, there you go. It's a classic. We'll see you later.
Wow. If you would have asked, I would have said that's Dunaway for sure.
I know, right? It's a total Dunaway kind of move. He's got I have all kinds of clips of Steven from like way back. I don't know why. But anyway, there you go. Thank you, Steven, very much. Quick note from Monday Morning Mashup's own TMS Mashups, Jamie. He wanted to let people know he'll be recouping for about 6 weeks for his right arm in a sling, or will be in a sling because he's having surgery. It's a good thing, but it's gonna make it hard for him to do stuff. So we're not gonna have Monday mashups for a while. We do have a bunch of bonus ones that we're kind of spread out and play on the show. But I wanted to mention that A, that was happening, and B, that we wish him nothing but the best and quick recovery on his arm.
Absolutely.
And heal up, and don't worry about us. We got this. We'll continue to say a bunch of dumb shit you can use later, Jamie, so don't worry.
We'll give you plenty of material. Just don't feel like you have to race out and work with it just yet.
Exactly right. So anyway, he's going to put maybe a couple more in before his surgery, and then off he goes to that. We wish him the best. Today we will celebrate that idea by playing one of the bonuses. This is a TMS origin story about Creamy Peen. Okay? All right. Enjoy.
All right.
Hey, look at this. Our friends at HelloFresh.com are going to be here for you, man. Let's see what HelloFresh.com's doing this week. Ow, stupid headphones. Here we go. Their recipes this week. Whoops, not next week. I want to see this week. Here we go. Classic box menu for the week of December 8th. Creamy. What's peen? Or is that penne? I've done it again.
Delivered right to your door. Creamy peen.
What is the word, though?
Penne.
Penne?
Pasta.
All right, penne. Creamy penne. Creamy peen. Oh, how embarrassing. How do you even take me anywhere?
Come back from this.
How do you even take me anywhere? I just don't know how you deal with me. Caramelized onion shepherd pie. That sounds all right.
Yeah.
Mustard crusted trout, roasted pork tenderloin, and layered sweet potato enchiladas. But really, it's the creamy peen you're going to stay for.
You'll come for the pot pie. You'll stay for the creamy peen.
That's right. Well, there it is. Now you guys know. Now you know.
Oh, that is one of the best ones ever.
Yeah.
One of the best.
You kind of lost it that day. That was really funny.
I did. I could not. It was hard to recover from that. I was so caught off guard with the creamy peen.
That had been, what, 20?
I'm glad it was not mustard crusted peen, too.
No,
that actually would have been far worse.
Way worse. It would burn. Right. Jamie in the chat, when was that? Do you know when that was? Was that like it feels like it was maybe 2013 or 12. It was a long time ago. Anyway. It's good stuff. Well done.
That is good stuff.
And we wish you best of times with your surgery. Hopefully it goes fast. And I wonder if you get put out for that, or if they just give you a local, and just numb you. I don't know. You'd have to tell us.
Tina had a colonoscopy on Friday, and she was roughly awake for the whole time. She didn't watch it on the little TV. She was still a little loopy, but she didn't. It wasn't like a.
Oh, they didn't put her
wake
out?
Up. No, not like a roofie knockout. Oh wow, where have I been for the last 3 hours or whatever?
Weird. I thought they mandatorily put you out cold.
Right. No, and then they tell me, all right, yeah, it's probably gonna be about 2 hours between when we get her into the room, do the procedure, and recovery time.
Yeah.
So you're free to go back home. I'm like, yeah, it's cool because I live 20 minutes away. Yeah. Got home, immediately get a text. All right, she's ready. Like, what? It's like you've had her for 20 minutes. How's this possible?
Yeah.
But they got her in right away. She recovered quickly. It was like a really quick procedure. It's like, okay, great. Thank you. I could have stayed in the waiting room.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate when they can give you, when they know the time is going to take, but if they're just wrong about it, it's not exciting like finding out your Apple product got here 3 days ahead of when it was supposed to.
Right, exactly. It's like, oh, well, that's nice. I'm glad she's done with the process, but that could have been a little bit more convenient for me.
No kidding.
I am going to request that they knock me the hell out.
I didn't even know there was an option. So that's crazy.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Get all knocked out. You don't want to be feeling somebody going up your bum hole. By the way, so I got blood work done the other day.
Yeah. A little bruisey.
Friday morning. I never get bruisey and I never have any problems. This time though, bruisey and the site of the needle is red and tender and not like infected, but like I can tell that it's not 100% right. And when I touch it, it's a really weird pain, like not a good pain.
They check your tea. How's your tea? Is your tea good?
I don't know yet. They haven't given me results yet, but I'll get those in a few days. But I'm just annoyed. And the thing is about the actual procedure, she took the blood and was great at it. It didn't hurt going in. She did 2 vials, no issues, no hunting around for a vein. It was great.
Wow.
But then. Now I got this.
Usually it's the hunting around for a vein where you get the bruising. Tina gets that all the time. But you know what? Actually, now that you say that, they didn't have to hunt for her vein, and she ended up with some bruising too.
Did she? See? Who knows what's going on? All right, real quick. I've been fully vaccinated. I just need something metallic. Let's see here.
All right, yeah.
I can't find anything. Well. I just wanted to test it on the air.
An Avengers Day pin.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll have metal in it.
Yep. All right, stick it
to your neck.
Oh my God, I'm magnetic for a second.
For a whole second. Whoa.
I guess she put it here, right? Which is, of course, it's going to be like a major. I'm magnetic.
You are. It's the vaccine.
It's the vaccine. Won't somebody think of the vaccine?
What the frick? Oh wow, we really uncovered it now. All right. People are dumb. Let's move out of here and be done with the show. I wonder how many people saw us do that and went, "Oh my gosh, I'm really doing that."
See, look at that. There's more proof. Any questions?
Any questions? Prove it you can't. All right. We're done. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thank you for supporting Patreon, those who have, and those who haven't, your chances are still good to get in there. So hop in, patreon.com/TMS, and take advantage of our poor planning and lousy structure. For as little as $1 a month, you could be a supporter of the show and get tons of content and extra stuff just for that low price. So go check it out, patreon.com/TMS. For everything else, it's frogpants.com/TMS. Keep those emails rolling, themorningstream@gmail.com. That's it for us. Brian, you want to play a song and get us out of here?
I want to, Scott. I really, really want to.
Great.
All right. Will B writes in and says, "Hello, Scott and Brian. I'm a first-time requester, but a long-time listener. I'd like to request a song of the Covermaster's choosing to celebrate the birthday of my lovely wife, Jackie, who turned 36 on around June 13th.
Happy birthday to you!
Yeah.
There we go. Well done.
Yeah.
She is the light of my life and the best mother to our son, Henry. I want to send all my love to her on a special day, and I look forward to celebrating many more birthdays as we grow old together. I love you to the moon and back. P.S. Can I get a Bhutanese passport?"
Oh, it's been
That's
so
a classic.
long. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Where would I put that? Yep. Here it is.
Bhutanese passport.
It's like the guy on Community. What's his name? Dr.
Yes.
I can't think of his name.
Chang,
Dr. Chang, whatever.
Senor Chang.
Senor Chang. It's like he did it. Anyway, sorry.
Totally, yes. Bhutanese passport. All right. Anyway, he says Covermaster picks. I love it when you guys tell me go ahead and pick a song, because I get a bunch of new stuff that doesn't always go right onto Coverville, doesn't always work to just throw it right to Coverville. And I can use it for the ending song. So if you're ever stumped for a song, don't worry. You can leave that field blank or just say, "Brian, your choice." And hope you like my choice today. We probably get, accused of the genre that we play least on the show for covers is country. There's only a few kinds of country songs I like, but like old country, not such a big fan of new pop country. This one, fortunately, is more the former than the latter, and it's a great cover of a song that isn't a country song. Orville Peck released this single last week. It is a cover of Lady Gaga's Born This Way. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Here is Orville Peck, Born This Way.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Dinosaurs do not equal birds.
Yeah, they don't equal birds.
Do not equal birds.
Birds.
It doesn't sound like you're saying birds. Birds.
It does sound like birds. Hold on.
Birds.
That's great. That's great. She's right. They don't equal birds. She's totally right. I'm going to agree with that girl on this.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right, let's see here. What do we got now? We got to do titles, I guess. Let's see. Let me move this out of here. Okay. J.K. Grammer keeps saying that Van looks like the kid. He looks like Gus from Sweet Tooth.
Oh.
And I'm going to share this with you, and you tell me because I put antlers on him. I'll put it.
Did you put antlers on Van?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some. Yeah.
Can you kind of see
actually,
it?
I couldn't see that. Yeah, the eyes.
He's not as dirtied up as that kid.
You really put the antlers in the wrong place, though. Like you've got one coming out kind of the front of his head and one coming out the back of his head.
Yeah,
it should be kind of close to the temples.
It's a little left up in terms of my Photoshop placement is not the best in this, but
yeah. Well, you also didn't have much to work with.
No.
Did I? I don't think I shared this with you. And let me see if there's an easy way for me to share this with you. Oops.
What do you got there? I like things.
Did I tell you about? So my mom is going through my my grandmother's old photo book, getting ready for this weekend. This.
Right. You've been doing video and all that. Yeah, you guys are gonna go nuts.
Yep. And so she opened up a one of the photo books, and my grandmother was not happy about the my uncle's marriage and divorce, specifically about the divorce to his first wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so she, she was not a fan of the ex-wife. She took out all of the pictures that had her in the photo book. But there was one picture where she kind of had to leave it. And she put a little modification. This is a stall while I try and pull this photo up and see if there's a way. Can I just drag? It would be amazing if I could just drag this right from. Oh, I can. Will it work?
Will it?
Unbelievable. It worked. Okay, so she.
Oh, yeah.
She. The birth of my uncle and his first wife's baby.
This is so good.
You can put it on the stream.
Yeah.
She cut out a picture of my grandfather's head.